Get that fucking trash out of your life. You have legacies to build. We grew that business from 3.4 million to 17.1. Horsepower, not horse shit. You want to be the parent that's an ally. They don't need another fucking friend. Not everybody's cup of whiskey. Toughest advice for the toughest businessmen. Be relentless. After 31 years in the entrepreneurial trenches, trust me, I know what keeps you awake at 3 a.m., what makes you stare at the ceiling. I have been where you live. I remember when I was in the insurance business, my number one challenge and my most expensive, by far my most expensive challenge, was how do I find outstanding team members? How do I attract? How do I recruit? How do I hire? And how do I keep great teammates? I was in the insurance business, and when I started, we had 3 employees, and we eventually grew to 23 team members. But my greatest challenge, my biggest headache in business, and my most expensive challenge by far was recruiting great people. And it was so difficult because we would want to hire somebody to support us with a new marketing venture. So we would send out, 5,000 flyers, but we wouldn't have the employees to handle all the calls, all the quotes. So then I would have to delay and say, okay, we're not going to send out the flyers. We're not going to be able to run the television ads. This went on for years, where we simply couldn't find enough great people to hire, recruit, and train, and most importantly, keep, until I realized that the secret weapon that made me literally sleep better as an entrepreneur, as a business owner, was when I looked and I said, how can I recruit people, but how can I have a funnel full of good prospects for employees so I never ever get myself in a situation where somebody quits or somebody moves or somebody leaves or we have a big marketing promotion coming up and we can't handle the business. So I was able to take off those handcuffs when I finally started leaning on my email list. It never dawned on me. I was using my email. I was sending an email every week. I was giving away pizzas. I was giving away movie tickets. I was giving away NHL hockey tickets. I was sending emails every week, and I was swamping the business in prospects and referrals and buyers, and we were creating good cash flow. But I didn't have the man and woman power to handle it. So then one day the light bulb finally went off. I was sitting there at the kitchen table. I think I was writing one of my emails in my boxer shorts, and I said, why the hell don't I use my email list, the people on my email list? Maybe somebody there is interested in the position, and if not, run a referral program because maybe they know somebody that is. My email list at the time was 2,000 people, maybe 3,000 people. It was just a tiny list that I had started at scratch a couple of years before that. So I put together a simple plain text email, and I sent this email out on a Wednesday morning, and it went to 3,000 people, and the subject line was something like help wanted. Nothing special, nothing brilliant or sophisticated. And then it had a link in the email to the actual site we had put up. I'd put a little video site together. The position we were hiring was a receptionist, another receptionist. Here's what we want, here's what we don't want. And it would filter out 95% of the people we didn't want. But I had to get people to actually go to the Help Wanted site for us to have a chance to hire anybody. One email did it. I sent an email out. I took 10 minutes, wrote the email, pressed send, and the email went out to our list, and we had over 100 people go to the Help Wanted site. They read the copy. They watched the video. They had to follow the instructions. It eliminated 95% of them, 95 of the 100 people were filtered out. They couldn't follow directions. They couldn't read. They couldn't focus. They didn't follow the specific instructions on the site. And we were left with 5 people to interview. And these were five champions, like best of the best. And we ended up hiring one. And we ended up putting a couple of them in the bullpen, so to speak, to hire later if there was ever a need for a third receptionist, which there was. All done with my email list. And it never dawned on me. I was putting ads in the local newspaper. I was putting ads on Facebook. I was putting ads on LinkedIn. I was putting ads on monster.com, all these swamps. And none of these places were any good for attracting the people that we wanted. So when I sent a simple plain text email, it was insane. We got 100 people to visit our site, 50 of them qualified, or 5 of them qualified, and we ended up hiring one of the best people we ever hired. And then I continued to do this year after year for as long as I was in the business, and we used it as our number one recruiting tool. Sure, we recruited people by, I would run into somebody in a restaurant or somebody, that was, I'm always recruiting, right? I'm always recruiting, and that's my number one way. But my number 2 way for hiring people, we went from 4 to 23 people, was by email. I would send out an email every time. I'd send a link to the page for what we're hiring: service, sales, reception, marketing director, executive assistant. And they would then go through the funnel and qualify or disqualify themselves. It was like a magic trick. And everybody else, hi Emery, everybody else was bitching and moaning about they couldn't find people, nobody wanted to work, all this other stuff. And we were never, ever helped Captain again. We always had good people in our marketing funnel. We always had people in the bullpen. And we were able to grow from 4 to 23 people. That's one of the reasons I was able to sell $150 million. If I didn't have the people, I couldn't have done any of the marketing. I couldn't have been on television. I couldn't have been on radio. I couldn't have sent out hundreds of thousands, if not millions of flyers a year. I couldn't have done any of it without great, outstanding people. And I did it. It was the honey that brought in the money. It was the eighth wonder of the world, which is email. So this June, I'm starting a small, tiny mastermind, just 100 friends, business owners, small business owners like me. And I'm going to teach you my email millions blueprint, what I've been doing. I've got a tight email game, trust me. I've been doing this for 19, 20 years. I know what I'm doing. I did it in the barbershop business, the hockey business. I did it in the consulting business. I did it in the insurance business. I email you every day. I got a tight email game. I'm going to show you how to build a list from nothing, from scratch. I'm going to show you how to send an email once a week. That's it. In your boxer shorts for 10 minutes. I'll write the email for you. I'll write the first 52 of them for you. You just personalize them. You press send. I'll show you the software to buy. There's only one type of software you should be using. I'll show you how to capture emails, a handful every day, to get a list of 50, 100, 500, 1,000, all the way up. I got to 63,000 from zero. Sold the list for $500,000. That was a separate deal. Put $500,000 in my pocket, my email list. That's how valuable your list can be. It can be a nice 50 grand, 100 grand, 300 grand, whatever. So emailmillions.coach. Emailmillions.coach. The doors close on May 31st. And I'm capping it at 100 of my friends. I'll do a training once a month, just a simple training once a month. That training is to tell you why we're doing some things. I'm going to teach you some copywriting. I'm going to teach you to replace me. In a year, you won't need me. In a year, you can write your own emails. And then you can say goodbye to me. I'm going to teach you how to be independent with that. But it's good. Every month, I made it affordable. I'm not going to charge $1,000 a month like I should. Not even 500. I call it coffee money. For the price of a cup of coffee, $3.25, couple cups of coffee a day, you can be in this program for a year, and I'll write the emails for you. I'll hold your hand, soup to nuts, soup to nuts. I've sold over $150 million in products and services in the last 19 years, 91% from email, the rest from physical mail. I haven't done jack shit on social media, by the way. I haven't made any money on Facebook. I haven't made any money on YouTube. I haven't made any money on LinkedIn. I haven't made any money on any of that stuff. I've made all my money by email and mail. And email is your number one priority because it's the beast that will feed the rest of your marketing. You can take that money you make, that $500 a week, that $1,000 a week, that $5,000 a week, and you can take it and you can reinvest it into your other marketing, newsletters, postcards, TV, whatever you want. Or you can say, screw that, build yourself a swimming pool, take your queen on a European vacation, buy yourself a truck, buy yourself a four-wheeler, buy yourself a boat, whatever the hell, pay off your kids' college debt, whatever it is, you're gonna have cash flow. So 10 minutes a week in your underwear is what I need. You gotta be able to commit to 10 minutes a week to actually personalize the email I give you, then press send, and then once a month we'll do a recorded training. But that's it, it's soup to nuts for 12 months. And you can cancel at any time. If after a month you say this is not for me, you just let Leanne know and she'll say you're good, you're done. Doesn't affect me at all, no hard feelings. But it's coffee money. So for outsiders, civilians, $147 a month. $147 a month, that's it. That's one or two emails, that's one or two sales. For insiders, for my brothers who are newsletter guys and mastermind guys, $97 a month. That's coffee money. That's $3.25 a day. Less than that. Coffee money. Emailmillions.coach. It's almost full. I'm only going to send a few more emails about it. The doors close March 31st, and once you're out, you're out. But if you literally want to work for 10 minutes a week in your boxer shorts, press send, and literally create an avalanche of leads, referrals, buyers, and cash flow. Cash flow equals happiness. Cash flow equals peace of mind. If you're sick and tired of spending your time lying awake at night like I did, 3 o'clock in the morning, I couldn't get back to sleep. I'd get up, use the bathroom. I couldn't get back to sleep. I didn't know how to hire people. I didn't know how to find people. I didn't have anyone to answer the phones. I didn't have anybody to make the quotes. Here I'm Mr. Marketer. I thought I was the greatest thing since sliced bread. I couldn't even market and find anybody until I started using my email list. It will solve the number one most expensive headache and you have in your business today, which is finding, attracting, and hiring great people. You can just wipe that off your slate now. You're going to have a funnel that's full of prospects all the time, and you're going to have people in the bullpen. If you ever lose somebody moves, somebody gets hit with a bus, whatever, you got somebody new to step in. Without people, you can't grow. Without people, you can't scale. Without people, you can't build the empire. Email solves that number one headache, and it's your number one expense. Putting ads on Indeed.com, paying for social media ads, paying for traffic, putting ads where are you going to find people? Recruit them yourself and do it through email. Recruit them yourself, do it through email. I'll show you how to do that this year. It's one of the first things I'm going to teach you. So I'm going to show you how to build the list, the software to use. I'm going to write the emails for you. It works in any industry. I've used it in every industry I've been in, the hockey business, the barbershop business, the coaching business, the insurance business. And it's literally going to create a fire hose whenever you press send of hot leads, prospects, referrals, cash flow. And you can use it to hire great people. Imagine that. I just solved your number one headache in business. You can't do any of this marketing if you don't have great people. You need a great assistant. You need a great marketer. You need a person to help you stuff envelopes. Whatever it is, answer the phones. We'll find them through your email list. Let me hold you by the hand and let you design that and develop that over the next year. It's the honey that brings in the money, and email is the eighth marketing wonder of the world. And it's about to save you a ton of money, and it's about to help you sleep better at night. Emailmillions.coach. I look forward to working with you this coming June.